Try to go at it in the democratic American way. And way back, almost 2 years ago, I submitted to the Judicial Conference of the United States my suggestion for reform, that we be allowed to take our tape recorders into the courthouse. You know something? They haven't even brought it up yet. They sent me a calendar for March, and I'm on it, folks. Let me show you. I'm telling you, the court system is totally broken down because of crooked lawyers and corrupt judges. There it is. See what it says? See if we can get some more light on it. See, Glendora? Tape recorders in the courtrooms. And what's it say underneath? 1296, I guess, is when it was submitted. And it was referred to a reporter and chair, pending further action. Glendora, September 3rd, 1996. That must mean when I submitted it. And it's under CV ID number 1975. And there's another number over here, CV 77B, permit use of audio tapes in courtroom. It's not exactly what I said, but the public take their audio tape recorders into the courtroom. I have a joke I want to tell you. This church had a Bible selling contest, and one man sold more Bibles than anybody else. And he stuttered. And they asked him, well, how did you do that? And he said, I just said to the people, do you want to buy a Bible, or do you want me to read it to you?
Park Avenue in New York City. Mike Passari and Kathy LaFar and myself drove down here in the 1956 Dodge, Lil.
It'd be right for an employer.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have certain abilities that you never realize until you happen to be exposed, and that's what happened with me, because they never would have entered my mind. I always say if somebody had told me a month before that I'd end up in that sort of business, I would have said they were stark raving mad. What do I know about it? What have I ever done in personnel? But the knowledge that I had accumulated in years in advertising and promotion and marketing and merchandising.
And the people you knew.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So you were helping really two people. See, you were helping the person who wanted a job, and then you were
employer, sure.
Right, and then you were helping the employer who wanted somebody to work for him. Now these boys and girls, let's start with a high school case. They get out of high school in the Glens Falls area. What would be some help if they wanted to come to New York? How would they find personnel agencies? In the telephone book?
That, you know, is one of the most difficult things. I today don't handle many of these people right out of high school. But every once in a while, I'll get a call from an executive who says to me, I have a daughter or I have a friend who's just gotten out of college. And
12. And we're in New York City at 1330 6th Avenue, Avenue of the Americas, between 53rd and 54th. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company. And we're in the office on the 20th floor of Mary Jean Parson.
Mary Jean Parson, she is the Assistant Director of Employee Relations for the American Broadcasting Company. Hey, Mary Jean,
a tuition refund policy. So if a person is going to an accredited college or university in a business-related course, ABC picks up the tab, and we have a number of benefits, you know, along those lines. And I said I certainly wished I'd gone to work for ABC at the age of 17, had them pay for all that rather than kill myself to get an education. We want to get the most we possibly can out of it, and there's nothing worse than an unhappy employee or a non-productive employee. So it's a rather obvious good employer relations to do so.
Mary Jean, won't you talk frankly to the boys and girls who are friends up in the Glens Falls area and tell them about careers in broadcasting, what they should train for and how they should prepare themselves and what they should be looking for, like hard work?
You mean tell them all those depressing statistics?
Yes.
For the jobs. Hopefully, mediocrity will not thrive. We'll get the best, and the country will benefit, if that's the truth. Second, the thing you've got grinding away over there now.
Two things. One's named Gigi and one name's Peggy. Oh,
I was talking about the Sony. The cable vision industry in this country offers, to me, that wedge, that opening, that other door, that other avenue, that other industry, if you will. We needn't go into all the sales pitches about what it performs in a metropolitan area or a suburban area or a rural area or whatever. The people who sell Cablevision are perfectly capable of getting their community tuned into it. Obviously, the kind of thing you do tunes a community into Cablevision. But as it grows, as it spreads, as it serves those smaller audiences, their needs that are not served on a mass audience, and thrives because particular interests can be served momentarily, more and more jobs will be available for kids like that.
yeah.
So that's the hope to me of more jobs and an enlargement of the industry.
And I would think that kids just getting such a little edge as these two kids are getting right now just might make a big difference when it comes down to getting the job.
Yeah, for two reasons. One, they're getting on-the-job training. Gigi had never touched that camera till today. Now, your audience will have to decide if she's done a good job or not. So they're getting
all against you, Gigi.
Right. Second, they're also getting an opportunity very young to decide if this is really what they want to do.
Yeah. Peggy Goss is with us from Hudson Falls. She lives on Main Street. And Gigi DuPel. On what street is it, Gigi?
Fairview Road.
On Fairview Road.
Don't look away, you'll lose your focus.
Yeah, which is also in Hudson Falls, as you know. And we drove down this morning from Glens Falls, and we've had a wonderful time. And you were so nice, you know, to see us.
Well, it's my pleasure.
I mean, you were so nice to take your time to see
You're
us.
fun, too. And you're doing a very important service.
Assistant Director of Employee Relations, American Broadcasting Company, Incorporated. We'll be right back. Mary Jean Parson, you must have had such an interesting life. I want to hear all about it. Please start and tell us where you were born.
What are you doing, interviewing me for a job or what? Yes, town, but it was, again, what we were talking about. There was no place for the mediocre, so you learned it in a hurry.
And it was because you promoted the station so well that they made money.
Well, at least I didn't hurt them, let's put it that way.
And
That's down below here. And the top one is apparatus for forcing beagle dogs to inhale radioactive plutonium. These are just a few of the documented evidence to be found and taken from medical journals.
from New York. Who belongs to the Albane fan club? It's his wife.
Right. Did you want to say something, Al? No.
Al just confirmed that she didn't join this year. What year did you join the Albane fan club?
I joined its first year last year.
Hey there, everybody. This is a chat with Glendora Colonial Cablevision Channel 12, and we are in Schenectady at 1400 Balltown Road, and that, I bet you know, is WRGB. And in just a second, we're going to talk to the Vice President and General Manager, Mr. James Delmonico.
How much, you know, you take 20 hours of programming, the number of the thousands and thousands of hours that go into creating that programming is just a mammoth job. And what do I like about it? I like the fact that it's not like the hardware business, you know. If we don't, well, you never lose. A pipe doesn't get rotten. You know, you don't have to throw it away like you do tomatoes. But in this business, we can never have a sale. You know, yesterday's merchandise isn't any good.
Yeah.
You know, it's worthless. You have to stay right on top of everything every minute of the day.
Yeah,
That's kind of exciting, really. If we don't sell a commercial block today.
Oh,
We can't sell it cheaper tomorrow.
that's right. You've lost the opportunity to sell it.
Right.
What you had to sell was time, and time is back there.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. You say it's not like the hardware business, but folks, a lot of us show a lot of hardware.
Right. That's right. Like somebody said, how old are you? And I said,
I think you dirty Rockefeller Plaza. We're on the 12th floor, and we are at NBC News. And you're in for a very, very interesting chat with Joan Connor. Here's Joan Connor. Oh, no. That's Charles Elson, who is from Scotia, New York. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Glendora.
And here, everybody, as promised, is Joan Connor. And Joan, your title is what now in NBC News?
Producer of documentaries.
You're a producer of documentaries.
That's right.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's funny hearing the question from you because you do a very similar kind of thing. You know it's endlessly interesting. There's always a changing panorama. I suppose that we all in this trade have one, a talent that likes to express itself, a writing talent or a reporting talent, and two, just an absolute nosiness, a desire to open doors and find out about people and events and places, and it's just never boring.
Well, it's really not so much snoopiness as it is, and it's really not curiosity. I think it's a really sort of an elevated interest in others.
All right, I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
She bought that, folks. And of course, as you say, it is endless, and its panorama, of course, it is endless too, as she has intimated in its hard work. I mean, there's no question about it. The hours are long, and it takes a great deal of creativity and inventiveness, and doesn't it? And as she said, persistence. You ask once, and you ask twice, and you ask. You don't give up, do you?
You don't give up, and it doesn't fall into your lap. Mm-hmm. It's not something that happens by, contrary to what my mother told me, by being a good girl. No? You'll get what you want. No. It takes drive and stick-to-itiveness and a lot of hard work.
I know, Joni, but I think it takes being a good girl, too. I think you have to be a pretty moral person. I think you have to be honest, and I think that you have to be loyal.
In that sense. Yeah, not in the sense of they'll like you and you will get what you want. I think that mothers teach children
I see.
That if you're a good girl in the sense that other people like you, that they will notice you and reward you. That's not the case.
It isn't the case?
No, there are a lot of competent people around, and you have to, you have to pursue what you want.
So you can't get it just by being nice, huh, Joni?
No, I'm afraid not. Sometimes as you look around, you wonder whether that's not a handicap.
Well, Joan Connor, folks, and I have been talking over this delightful possibility of getting together, all of us, you, Joan, myself, and we've been talking it over, I think, since last summer. I had a few difficulties getting down here, and at one time we were going to talk to Joan when she is right in the middle of this show that she has produced. It's coming on NBC January 9th. But somehow, Joan, I think it's all worked out for the best. I think that you have more opportunity now to talk to us. You have an overview that you didn't have then. Of course, it would have been interesting then, too.
You hit me at a good time and the office at a good time because we're just winding down on this show. I would like to go back to, you were pursuing that business of being good. I have
For 40 years.
I have been to many meetings where women are pulling together to make some progress in this field in media. And I have very often heard other women say to the women who want to break through into areas where women have not been welcome before, be aggressive. And I think that it is good advice in the sense that it's realistic advice. But I would feel better about everything if they say, instead of be aggressive, be competent. That, to me, is really the important thing. And I'd like to hear more of that, both for men and women. Be competent. Assertive, yes. Aggressiveness is just a reality that you have to deal with, and I can't say they're wrong about it, but I don't think that is necessarily
the quality that one should seek.
Right. Certainly not aggression without competence.
Yeah, well, you see some of that.
And you do see some of that, right, Joni, I just wanted to ask you, do you think that if a person really does his job as well as he can possibly do it, in his own mind, meets his own standards, if he has high standards, do you think that he will be rewarded?
It's a very irrational world, and it would be nice if the answer to that could be absolutely yes. I would say the answer is sometimes yes. Not always.
All right, then. If we can't depend upon that, then we just have to depend upon good luck.
That helps. That helps.
Oh, there's no question about it. It's being there at the right time.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes nothing more than somebody saying yes to you.
Yes.
And getting the chance to show that you can do it.
Very interesting, Joan Connor. We're going to be talking again to Joan Connor, one of the producers of the NBC News special of Women and Men, to be seen on NBC January the 9th for 3 hours. So that's a whole network span, I guess, of prime time, 8 to 11, wouldn't it be? Yeah. In just a minute. You're looking out the window, folks, now. This is an Amtrak train that just pulled out of the Rome station. This is a chat with Glendora, Colonial Cablevision, Channel 12. There's a conductor on this train, Robert Hotchkiss, and he delights the passengers by pointing out places of interest, historical interest, in the Mohawk Valley, about 15 miles east of Utica.
It's like a certain percentage out of each category. So
now, if any of you people are interested in the Mohawk Valley or the historic sites, or if you're just so bored you don't know what else to do, if you look out the right-hand side of the train, look across the river, now look straight across, don't look ahead, and you will soon see the house that was built by General Herkimer. Now that house will very shortly emerge into view.
Athol, New York. We're going to be visiting a woman's place. This is a chat with Glendora, Colonial Cablevision, Channel 12. The obvious question in your mind is, what is a woman's place? And this is Marie Deo. Marie, would you tell us?
A woman's place is all kinds of things. It's a collective of women, of 7 women and 7 kids living here together with the main purpose of keeping a retreat for women going. And the retreat is a place where women, all kinds of women, all ages, and all levels of consciousnness can come, be together for some...
Well, they have to be conscious.
Yeah, some level of consciousness is...
The physical aspects of running the place, and it was really confusing. So what we've tried to do is label the valves going in and out of our heating system and connecting up to all the faucets upstairs, as well as label the fuse boxes and try to figure out where all of the wires are running. For instance, here's a label right here which describes the function of this valve, so that if it happens to be that something goes wrong when none of the collective members are here who know anything about plumbing, that whoever is here can kind of run down and try to figure out just from the labels what could be wrong.
Luckily, did you use the Dewey Decimal System or the Library of Congress?
My own.
This is the automotive shop. Here people can learn wonderful things.
Are now taking the time to, work out the minor details.
Do you enjoy this nice quiet work?
Oh, yes.
Your name is?
Adam Schweikert.
Oh, Adam, thank you very much. It looks like you're teaching them good things.
Thank you. Love to have you anytime.
What's it a class in?
Millwrighting. It's, well, each industry is different as far as millwrights go. And right now we're discussing flat belts. It's more or less like installing machinery and keeping the machinery running.
Flat belts, does that have anything to do with karate?
No. Well, we can give you a lesson in that.
Is it a beginner's class? Or?
4-year apprentice course. Well, 4-year apprentice course. Each student is a different part of his apprenticeship. We have some here in their first year, some in their third year. Hey, Mom.
Oh.
Advanced typing? How long does the class last?
3 hours. All the classes are based on 7 o'clock to 10.
And how many weeks?
12 weeks.
You think the pupils will last that long?
Most of them. Most of them.
What are they doing exactly? They're learning touch system.
This is the first night, and right now they're learning the touch system. They're just beginning to learn the keyboard.
Oh, they are? ASFD.
Wrong.
Wrong? What is it?
Don't confuse them, will you?
And your name is what?
Mining.
Minan? And your first name is?
Jack.
Jack. Well, Jack, thanks very much. Looks like you have a good turnout. This is Building Trades 1A. We have a woman carpenter. This is what class?
Industrial and commercial electricity.
Industrial, commercial electricity. Mr. Thru is the instructor? I see. What were you teaching them, Mr. Thru?
Well, power distribution.
Power, is that something in Washington, D.C.? I see.
All phase.
In through the hedge. Now, why do 20 or 25 ducks, wild ducks, follow a cat across a yard? I just don't understand this. And there are many things that you sit there and, well, I'm sure the neighbors must think I'm a little crazy because they're so funny. I sit here and laugh many times.
Well, I think they're amusing.
Oh, tremendous.
I think this is my 4th tape I've done on ducks in 9 months. And,
Oh, that's wonderful.
and I think they're terrific entertainment.
They certainly are. They are, especially for me, but all the kids get a big bang out of it. And now, of course, I have a great many mothers who come and say, well, when I was a little girl, my mother brought me. So I'm getting the 3rd generation of...
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, yes, a great many of them. And they come from all over. I've had people from other states, from Texas and California, and they've come to visit people, and people say, well, you must come and see the ducks, so they come over to watch the ducks. Things that happens, particularly during November and December, and still going on somewhat because the winter has been fairly open this year, is the coming in at night of great quantities of them. I have seen as many as 200 come in one evening, just about dark. We're a hair early tonight. Another half hour or so, there'll probably be about 100 of them drop in. They come in, anywhere from 3 or 4 at a time up to 20 and 30 and 40, but they all arrive at the same time. Now, apparently, they're aware of the fact that I feed them every night about this time, and they know enough to come in and land. They circle over once or twice, and then they peel off and drop in almost straight down into the pond, and then usually most of them will hightail it for the shore to get something to eat.
A chat with Glendora, Colonial Cablevision, Channel 12, and we are at Queensbury watching the big skiing cross country.
Go! Street.
All right. I know how to do it then.
What's your number? 103 and 96.
I don't know. I haven't seen them over here.
99 and 100.
They're pretty good trails back here. Are they going to Crandall Park? No. I see.
Yes. One race.
Yeah?
Right here. We're
this is a sunrise that's going 360 degrees. We're looking head straight north. Straight north. Now look at this. North to the east. And here's this pink sunrise. Look at that. Look, it's 360 degrees sunrise. This is the first day of winter, you know, the winter solstice. First full day. Winter solstice started yesterday, Sunday, December 21st at 3:07. Does the camera pick up the pink? Well, we don't know. Now you're looking straight south. As I say, I can't get a white balance. And this sunset goes way, way up to the moon. Way, 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 way up there. It's not only is it 360 degrees, but it's 360 degrees circle. 3 dimensions. What time is it? A little after 7 a.m. 7:08 a.m. That's spectacular. Now that's east. This is solstice. This is where the sun is going to set when it rises. It's going to sit where it rises because this is why they call it solstice, because the sun seems to stand still for a couple of days as far as rising and setting. But this is east, and this is as far south as the sun is going to set. And then gradually it's going to start, far south as the sun is going to rise. Then gradually it's going to
Yes. One race.
Yeah?
Right here, we're lining up for the next one.
About how many participated in that race, Eric?
There was about 40 in that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't there any danger that the ice will break?
No, we've got a minimum of, I think it's 10 inches. We won't run unless we've got at least that much ice.
Now they're getting lined up for the next race?
Yes. This is Northeast Ice Racing Association. There's association in Maine. There's several clubs in the area.
Yeah?
Some of the sports car clubs hold events here. Hold ice racing events during the winter.
Oh! Who's the guy trying to get out?
All right.
He's going to be part of the race.
You shut it.
Glendora, everybody. We're at Lake Cosayuna, stock car races, on a very, very misty and thawing January day.
And we send clippings and stuff all over the place. But don't look at the dirt. This time, oh my God, and there's no record of their having a plague and all these things either until...
This is visit number 2 to Esterville.
Yes, it is.
And use anything. Don't throw anything away. If we can't use it or we can't sell it, we'll throw it away.
I see.
Because there's so many things we can use.
Right.
We can't afford to buy watering dishes, feeding dishes.
Yeah.
And of course the blankets and the rugs mean so much for bedding, especially in the winter.
Right.
And that's so we need it all. We need everything.
How are all the kitty cats?
Well, this one seems to be the only one who wants to be outside. But most of them are out today because we took in a new one today. Well, it wasn't a new one. I found it down by the feeding station, half starved. Someone had dumped it off, I presume, and finally it became so hungry, let me catch it. So And there weren't too many inside. I don't think there were more than 30 or 40 inside.
Is that right? Yeah.
And
it's a nice day today.
it's not. Yes, they're out enjoying themselves like this one.
This kitten is so affectionate.
Well, most of them are if you
amazing
give
how
them a
animals love
chance.
people?
If you give them a chance, you know, it's such a sad
love
thing.
people.
A lot of our animals are afraid of strangers, but I think it's because they've been hurt by them or have learned not to trust people until they get to know them.
Yeah, I think they have cause.
I think so. Of course, now see, the cat likes you because she knows she can trust you. I think we better get out of the road. Oh, yesterday. Yeah, it's a good Blair Vice. We pussyfooted around all day.
Pussyfooted?
Didn't we, huh?
You should know how to do that now.
Right.
Well, we've been instructed by several pussies.
That's right. But really, it was so slippery. It was a shame, maybe.
But bring your rugs, any old rugs or
any rugs or blankets. Those we need more than
rugs and blankets. You need more than anything.
Just about anything.
Okay.
Because the winter still has quite a ways to go.
Edna Ann Senecal?
Yes.
And you were saying you sent our clippings from Colonial Cablevision all over the world?
All over, to Pakistan, to England, to Hawaii. We have friends all over the world, which is very nice that we do.
You're the nicest little kitty. What's your name?
Say meow.
What clippings are those you referred to, Edna?
Well, these are the ones about your program, you know, especially those where you've mentioned, yes, helping the animals, especially there.
You send them to your friends all over?
All over.
Son does an Indian dance, the beach of George, so that the will freeze over in time the Lake George winter carnival.
No, it's all right.
Is it going to work?
It's already on the edges, see? Begin to freeze.
Okay, I show the people.
Sure, it's on the edges.
I know when you
begin right now.
I just don't want to get sick, you know? Once you start to get sick,
And what did your dance say? What did it say?
Well, it's just a happy gathering that we all think alike. And when we do think alike, Mother Nature is going to be nice to us as what we expect to have on the lake, this ice.
Listen for that.
Well, I suppose the economic situation has quite a bit to do with it. People want all their tax dollars back as quick as they can in order to have more money available for them to spend.
I see. And they want that little refund, and that's why you have so much more business this year than you did last year.
Well, that's what we feel it is. I mean, I won't say that's indicative of the entire tax season, but that's the way it appears right now.
What do you tell? I bet you get a lot of questions, Charles Nelson, from people about Ford's proposed 12% income tax refund.
Yes, I've had a few phone calls on that. The only thing I can say on that is that it has to be something that's going to be done entirely separate from the tax return. The federal government isn't going to reprint all forms in order to have it on this year's return. It will be done separately after the tax returns are filed.
I see. And what advice have you for the folks about their income tax, keeping receipts and things like that?
Oh, most definitely they should keep receipts. Not necessarily that they need to bring them to us or to any other tax prep organization. Merely the totals are what we need, but in case of an audit, they definitely do need receipts in order to verify their expenditures to the Internal Revenue Service.
For how many years? 100 years you have to keep them?
Well, no, their return is only subject to audit up to 3 years.
I see.
We advise our clients primarily keep them around 5.
Keep them around 5.
Right.
I see. Now, by the time April 15th comes, is that the time this year? Is it the April 15th?
As far as I know, there won't be any changes in that.
This place will really be lined up. I bet there will be people outside waiting in line a couple hours before they even get inside.
No.
Glens Falls and Queensbury.
Right. I have the Saratoga office here, a Clifton Park office, which is south of here. Also have a Glens Falls, Hudson Falls, and we do have an office in Sears at Queensbury Plaza.
So, yeah, I see. So it's all in one thing, and you're in charge of the whole thing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Charles Nelson, we thank you very much for the information, because this is hot news.
Thank you.
On a cold day.
Yes, it is that too.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Ask you to look forward to some further...
Hey, you.
Bye.
Can you tell the folks what bowling match they're about to see?
Okay, this will be St. Mary's against Falls High School. City Series match.
About how many...
George DiMarcico, a little high, left the split. Good. Ball the Angels. list, so strike for St. Mary's. Tommy Casera. There goes Terry Casera again. Good form. Mark Johnson.
Okay, who's missing? Medicine ball here, right? No, not yet. We're gonna do some calisthenics group. Yeah. Up, up, come on, up, come on, quick, up, 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 come on, hubba, hubba, up, up, I didn't hear you. Get out of here, let's go. Up, up, yes, that's good, that's good, all right. Okay. Come on, let's go. Come on, ready? Hi, up, hoo, up, hi, hoo, hee, ha, hi, hoo, ha, hoo.
This is Glendora. Incorporated.
All the way down.
This is Channel 12. And this is Lake George. And this is the Polar Bear Club, Coney Island Polar Bear Club.
Up.
Who on February Groundhog Day are going to take a swim in Lake George. The temperature is about 20 degrees above.
Go ahead, Pablo. Give some exercise, Pablo. Okay, in the center. Okay. All right, next one. How you doing? Do the swimming exercise. Go ahead. All right? Okay. Now, put your hand.
His name is Scott Williams, and he's from Glens Falls. Swam.
Water's too hot.
Ice is being thrown into the water because the report from the Polar Bear Club is that the Lake George water is too hot. So ice is being thrown into the water.
The dropper, eh? Shall we? Just say yes.
Yeah.
Shall we drop her?
Yeah.
Shall we drop her? We're going to drop her.
Yeah.
We want to drop her.
Yeah.
We're going to make a polar. It's a brand new member. Come on, let's see it. Come on, right in. Right in. That's a new member. Give her a hand. Put your clothes on. Here's a vote for the young man. Look at the guy. Who else wants to try it? Who else?
I try to say we'll get as close as we can, see if you can see any goosebumps.
Any Duncan? Hang around and holler. Find the ladder. Come on.
Walking barefoot in the snow.
Get your bathing suit wet. Come on down. Come on. Okay.
Can I go by here?
Okay.
I was there. William!
Saratoga, the snowmobile race.
I think so.
He says, tell him if we don't get back tomorrow, he'll sing his sister Joyce on him and he won't get paid.
No thanks.
And there's how you get your Channel 10 news, folks.
That's how we do it.
What's your name, photographer?
Marty Miller.
Hi, Marty. Where's your reporter?
I'm still looking for her. I keep looking down there. I can't imagine where she went. She's not on the ice.
What do you keep, a microphone in your pocket?
Yep.
And how do you plug that into your camera?
Plug.
I see. Where do you go from here, Marty?
Back down to the other end to the boat races.
The boat races? When will I be on the news? Tonight at 6.
5 gallons again. So the exciting things are coming up. Bale of hay turn, a little big courthouse turn. Look at him lean. Look at him go. These machines are steel trees in the track. Up the slide, and there's Brian in the middle. It's 5 times around, and Tommy's all the way out by himself. Looks like Brian had a little bit of a problem.
That they're either limited or unlimited with. Now,
A real genuine model, right?
Thank you. It's been wonderful being on. I think you've helped a great many people, and you really have been an asset to our area. No question about it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just, pleased you asked me on.
Just one more thing, folks. I was thinking, when Barbara was talking about Irma Nordquist and doing the yoga, I thought if the people did the yoga without their clothes on, that'd be Yoga Bear.
She's a comedian, too.
No, it's the only way I can get through it all, folks. Well, we'll see. It's been a chat with Glendora, Colonial Cablevision, Channel 12. Bye-bye, and be as nice as you can to everyone. Bye-bye, Barbara
Bye,
Delson.
and thank you very much.
Our pleasure.
Bye.
Did a little better with that one.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. That's Ernie's son off to the right. And Ernie with the hat on. Ernie Higgins, Dr. Ernest Higgins with the hat.
Right. One of our local dentists.
What about a hole-in-one?
That's right, he should.
I have to listen to this all the while, you know. This has got to be Steve Muller, is that right?
Yeah.
She also had to take a government license and test.
What fascinates you about this, Gene?
It's just the warmth of wood. Something that we can't seem to produce anything that has a structure like wood. It's just, you know yourself, the beauty of wood that people use.
Oh, I do. I have it between my ears, Gene. Would you be so kind?
For about 10% of it. In other words, I use it strictly for outlining, and everything else is hand cut. Because each thing, such as the chisels that were designed out of Europe by the wood carvers, each one had its own purpose. Each chisel fit a certain area, so therefore it's just a matter of literally slicing it out to fit that area.
Gene, in the cable TV business, I've met a lot of chiselers, but I've never seen one work so hard as you do. I wondered, all of a sudden you found out that you were being considered for editor and publisher of Saratoga Tri-County News.
Right, and I'd sent him a proposal from one of the organizations I'm involved with, and I figured he was ready to comment on it. So I got back from the Girl Scouts, and I called and said, Jack, I'm back in the office, and he says, okay, I have to find out when Mr. Newhart's ready. Newhart is the president of the Gannett Company.
Newhart?
Right.
Terrible, it sounds a lot like Newhouse, okay.
No relation.
So, folks, the Tri-County News really does a wonderful job on listening the programs for a Chat with Glendora. I know several of you have asked me, where am I going to find programs are on? Is it listed in the newspaper? Yes, it's listed in the Tri-County News, and you really do a good job.
Good, thank you. And we carry the cable listings in all editions of the paper.
You do?
Because we think people ought to know what the potential of cable is.
Yeah.
And you're certainly one of the people who shows them by getting out and finding out so much and giving people a chance to visit like this.
What do you think the potential of cable is, Christy?
A lot of potential in adult education courses, or naturally the old movies and all of the sports and things that people want to see.
Yeah.
And who knows, over the long run, it may be how newspapers are carried to the homes.
How would that work?
There's a lot of discussion in Glendora about over the long haul, because the logistics simply of the newspaper distribution get harder and harder to tackle.
Oh.
And the cost of everything from gasoline to the time that the carriers and the motor route drivers put in on it. And it just may, over the next 10 or 15 or 20 years, get so expensive that it would be a lot more convenient for everybody if we could zip it into the house on a cable.
My goodness.
And have it come out as a little piece of microfilm, or simply have it come out as words moving on a screen with an index.
Yeah.
And it's some of the same kind of technology that is used right in the newspaper business now in production. But there's no reason why the computers and things can't just feed it right into the reader's home. See it on your television screen, or flash it on your wall like slides or something like that.
I see, like the newspaper would lease a channel.
Right.
And it'd be their own channel, and they'd have their newspaper.
Or the cable commission would say you had to let the newspaper have a channel. One.
Much air conditioning?
Yes, I certainly do.
Sometimes you feel like you're getting a cold, a summer cold?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes,
What do you
I
feel
agree with you in that. Always carry a sweater, a jacket of some kind.
Right, and sometimes it's so cold in air conditioning you have to carry a snowmobile suit.
Oh, that's true. That's
right, belonging to the hospital guild.
Oh, we feel we're doing a lot of good work for the hospital.
What do you sew, ladies?
Oh, we make these fancy little clowns and things for our bazaar in the fall of the year.
My mother made a fancy little clown. Girls, what do you think? Do you think we have too much air conditioning at times?
It all depends on the conditions. That's right.
Do
Well,
you think that we have too much?
Sometimes, yes, I do think so.
Sometimes you get a little cold, huh?
That's right.
What do you?
Some places, yes. Not too much, but too cold at times.
It should be cut down.
Yeah.
We need it, because if you don't have it at all, it's stifling. But when you need it, it shouldn't be quite as cold in some places.
They can
It's
give
true.
you the chills sometimes.
You
can't
bet.
it? So can watching my program.
I don't think so.
I doubt that.
Thank you very much for.
Yes, I think so.
What do you think?
Yes, I think so.
I noticed that you ladies, even though it's a lovely, lovely, lovely summer, warm day, that you did carry your sweaters.
Well, we thought that the air conditioning might be on and we'd have to put them on. Yeah, we thought.
Well, really, I haven't noticed it myself. I don't mind it.
Oh, it has to be really icy.
Icy.
And if I wear a long sleeve, dress, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No, but I don't mind it. In fact, I like it.
If you wear a long sleeve dress, you don't have to wash your elbows either. Do you sometimes think it gets a little cold?
I do in some places. In restaurants, I think it's bad.
Hey, folks, this has been a chat with Glendora, and we thank you very much for joining us. Bye-bye, and be as nice as you can to everybody. Hi there, everybody. This is a chat with Glendora. How do you think we're coming with our littering problem?
I think so. I think we're making a lot. You don't see litter around the way you used to.
I'd like to see from a boating angle, because we're boaters, and we noticed a tremendous improvement. When we got into boating, people would just say, put a hole in both ends of your can and throw it in the water and all. Yeah. And you never realized, what a lot of litter that would cause. And even as they're throwing garbage overboard and all, now you don't see people doing that, and the waters are much improved.
Well, I think the younger children, surprisingly, are very conscious about it. And I know my children are very careful to put their sucker wrappers or candy bar wrappers. If they don't have a place to put them, they keep them until they get home. But many places that I've noticed, they don't have enough receptacles around.
More litter baskets, right? And your kids keep you from littering, do they?
Oh, they certainly do.
Now I notice the children are. I think being aware of it is mostly conquering a lot of the problem. So.
Well, I hope so, yes. It's a lot better than it was.
I feel in traveling that people are more conscious about littering the highways. You don't see people throwing things out of the windows of the cars anymore.
Well, I think to some degree we are, not as much as we could be, but...
I think if you had more places to put more glasses and receptacles. I know we saved glass for over a month, and when we went out, the place was gone.
I saw on television a college out in California.
Yeah.
The program, a little trash can on wheels, and it has turned it into a game at lunchtime.
Oh,
so
really?
that the kids are, using them rather than just dumping.
Yes, right. Here in New York, we have trash cans on wheels. We call them Volkswagens.
Yeah, I don't think it has worsened any, if that's encouraging.
Yeah, that's encouraging.
But I also think that, like so many other things, the popularity of the litter program is over, and people aren't paying as much attention to it.
Everybody, chat with Glendora, and how are you today? You girls give me your opinion on my question for today. Do you think the stock market will crash again the way it did in 1929? Do you think that'll ever happen again?
Since that was before my time, I really don't know too much about it. I sincerely hope not.
Do you think there's any indication that it will, though?
Well, it's been going up the last couple of days. I hope it stays up there.
You own stock?
No.
No, not like that. Not like
Never
that
like that again. No. Do you think the stock market will crash again the way it did in 1929?
Well, supposedly they tell us that it's governed by the government now, and it can't.
Well, supposedly they tell us that it's governed by the government now, and it can't, so
That
I don't
clinches
know.
it. Then it will. What do you think?
I don't think it will.
Sincerely hope not.
You remember the one in 29?
No, my grandfather told
Oh,
me
yeah.
that. But I hope not, because I think we're due for some good times now before we have some bad ones.
What do you think?
Well, I guess as long as the bulls and bears do their jobs, we're all right.
They're football teams, aren't they?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Well, we have certain unstable things in the country today, but I really don't think the stock market will go.
And what do you think?
Well, the economists say that they have control, so we won't have another one.
The economists said that?
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who caused the last one.
Well, I don't know.
Very much for being with us. This has been a chat with Glendora. Everybody, bye-bye, and be as nice as you can to everyone. Chat with Glendora. How are you today? We're going to talk to some grandmothers, and we're also going to find out what people think about changing our holidays around. Hi there. About Americans changing the holidays all around.
I don't like it at all, and I think that they were on a certain date they should be kept that same day.
Like Memorial Day?
Yeah. Be on its regular day.
What do you think?
I think the same thing. Yeah.
Day?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Washington's birthday? Your name is Mrs. Bush?
Mrs. Bush.
That all the time. Thank
My age, every Sunday, so every day could be a holiday as far as I'm concerned. So it makes no difference to me.
way to change Washington's birthday and Lincoln's birthday, Memorial Day. What do you think of that?
Well, in a way, I don't like it after celebrating on the regular day for so many years, but it really doesn't make too much difference to me now that I am older.
How many of you grandmothers drive motorcycles? Any of you?
Oh no, I use a cane. It's safer.
I think they raise the cane a little too.
You can say that.
Well, I think it's kind of confusing.
Well, at work, it gives them a long weekend, and as far as I'm concerned, being a grandmother, it doesn't really matter too much at all.
No, grandmothers are independently wealthy.
I think wealthy with our time, let's put it that way.
I don't care too much about older, and I like things the way they are. I can understand the younger people wanting to change, but for me, they could say as they are.
I like things the way they are, except for being so expensive. What do you like about changing around the holidays, or don't you?
Well, I don't like it very well, because unless it's a day or two, or just one day close to it.
Yes.
The holiday, then it gives other people good time and can do things up for the weekend.
Of course, I wouldn't be against her giving us more holidays.
Well, that's all right for some people that
It
need
just
it.
can make such a confusion, that's the only thing. We really expect the 30th of May to be Decoration Day, and it just upsets everything.
I really don't feel that it's right to change some of the holidays that we've been accustomed to having on a certain day, like the 30th for Memorial Day or Decoration Day.
This must be Decoration Day, because you ladies are pretty well decorated.
Oh, do you think so?
Yes, I do. Bye-bye, and be as nice as you can to everyone. Everybody, this is Glendora, and how are you today? Today we're going to talk to women about motorcycles, and what do you ladies think about motorcycles?
I'm terrified of motorcycles on the highway, but as far as motorcycling is concerned, I love to motorcycle.
You really do?
Yes, I do. I think it's fascinating.
I bet you're a terror on a motorcycle.
Well, I'm not really a terror. I hang in there, but I like it. I enjoy it.
And what do you think about motorcycles?
Well, to be perfectly truthful, I don't have an opinion, but I think I might like it if I tried it.
I'm sure you would.
I think I would if I tried it. I think I might like it.
Okay, I have a motorcycle standing by right out there.
I'm not dressed for it. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much for talking to us. You're
I hate them.
welcome.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, because I've just seen too many people hurt and killed.
I hate to see the young people get into this. I realize that it is a lot easier for them possibly, but it just doesn't seem as safe.
Yeah, I suppose it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, for motorcycles, they're not for me.
They're not for you.
Maybe somebody else, but I don't like the noise, and the children in the neighborhood, they have bikes and they go through our fields and so on like that.
I'm scared to death of motorcycles.
Sure.
Really?
My husband used to have one, and my boy's getting one, so yeah, I'm with it.
They are noisy and